All right, and we're live. Okay, cool. So hey everybody, we hope you're excited, and there's only 10 days till YJA convention. So we have a lot of fun events, and all of us that have been on convention board have been working around the clock to make sure that you guys have a really good, memorable, and impactful convention experience. And so you can see a lot of us are on the call here, and so to start off, I want to introduce some of them. So first we have Urvashi from the Adult Volunteering Committee, ABC, then myself representing Daytime, and then we have Sunny from representing fundraising, uh, and yeah, then we have Simi Neelam representing J&F, Manan from PR, Nilesh from Reg, Dharmi from Security, Mishi from Site, and then Mitesh will be joining us in a bit from Social, and finally Hitali from Souvenirs. So, just to go over the structure of this webinar, what we really want to do is give you an inside look into YJ and then convention planning. And so each of us will be addressing a few different things. First, we want to show you what our committees have been doing over the last few months and give you guys a preview of the convention. And second is that we want to let you know any updates that we have for you as you come in to LA, as you spend your days at convention, and then give any shout outs to people who have helped us out or helped our committees out. And then at the end, or even during the whole webinar, we'll be taking questions. So if you have any, write them down, ask them on the Google event page. And other than that, we hope you guys enjoy, and we can get started with Urvashi, who's representing ABC.
Hi everyone, I'm Urvashi from the Adult Volunteer Coordinator Committee. Since December, we've been recruiting volunteers and coordinating with other committees for their volunteer needs. And in the last 2 months, we've compiled preferences from about 150 volunteers through online forms, basically. And in the last month or so, we've scheduled all of them and prepared an information packet that would detail their responsibilities. In the 2 weeks leading up to the convention, we're meeting all our volunteers through orientation sessions to let them know like how the hotel is laid out and the convention schedule and other important things that they would need to know for the duration of the convention. Some things that we're going to be doing during the convention will be basically having a volunteer lounge for volunteers, and it's like their space to relax and meet other volunteers. We'll have volunteers coming from all over the country. A lot of them will be local, and so we'll just try to cater to everybody. We can't really wait for convention, just like you, and we want to give a shout out to all the other committees that have worked tirelessly to make this one of the best conventions ever. And we also want to thank JCSC who've supported us, helped us get volunteers.
All right, awesome. So yeah, I'll be continuing with an overview of daytime. And so just to start off, we've spent the last few months really putting together a ton of awesome speakers, awesome sessions for you guys. And so I think this is the most number of speakers and sessions that we've ever had at a YJ convention. We have 105 speakers and 130 sessions. So that's going to be really something to look forward to. They're going to be broken down to like 5 categories. Into careers, interfaith, as you've probably seen, interfaith, lifestyle, wellness, and then social impact. And so all of these will be revolving around the concept of agents of change, the theme that we have. The second big thing is the JAB and the GIA competition that we've been working to put on. And so the JAB competition, the Jane Academic Bowl, is going to be 2 sessions during convention. That's going to have 16 semifinalists going head-to-head. And if you're in the session, you'll get a chance to see them, and especially in the finals, you get a chance to see them playing different games, explaining and showing you just how much they know, and so on. And so that's one of the big things that we have, especially during the JAP finals, which you'll see on Sunday. Then the GIA competition that we have is a social impact competition where different teams are coming together and putting together a project that can really make a difference in the communities around them. But this, I'll let Neelam go into this further when she talks about J&F events. The other big thing is we have probably one of the most engaging keynote speakers that has ever been to that has ever come to YJ convention with Houston Craft. And so he's somebody who has done a lot of different, given a lot of different talks to both high schoolers, different staff around the country, and he's really focused on different ways of bringing compassion to environments and different places where people don't choose to be compassionate towards others first. I think one of the other big things is for the speakers and sessions that we have, for the sessions that we have during convention, we're trying to bring forth and use YJ forums as much as we can during convention. And the reason for this is that we want a lot of the attendees to go home with something, and so take something lasting for a couple weeks after, a couple months after. And so during convention, we want everybody as best they can to get on the forum, start discussions with other attendees, and really just show what they learned and show what they got out of the sessions at convention. And hopefully this will spread even to those who couldn't even attend convention all around the world. And finally, one of the cool new things that we're introducing is a time capsule, which is going to be a letter to your future self that everybody's going to be writing after the last session. And so this letter to yourself we're going to mail out to everybody 6 months after convention, so around New Year's time. And in that, you can put down anything you want, thoughts that you had during convention, thoughts that you want yourself to remember months from then, and anything on top of that. And finally, I mean, just a shout out to all the speakers that have been working hard on bringing together some really engaging sessions. They've really been trying to put together stuff that'll get you guys excited, get you guys thinking hard, thinking critically about Jainism, about philosophy, about science, and we're really looking forward to them all. So that's the summary of daytime. And with that, we'll move on to fundraising with Sunny.
Cool. Thanks, Shintav. Hi, everyone. My name is Sunny. I'm one of the co-chairs, but today I'm going to be talking a little bit about fundraising. So obviously this convention is going to be costing us some money, and taking the fact that the convention is going to be in a big city like Los Angeles, our entire board has had to help us in obtaining donations to cover the costs of the event. And some of the things we are spending on include hotel rooms, session and social event rooms, meals, hospitality snacks, decorations for the evening events, souvenir items, etc. And one thing our fundraising committee has done to encourage people to donate is offer recognition levels to potential donors. So basically, based on the amount of the donation that somebody gave us, they would be classified into a donor level. And to name off a few, if somebody donated, say, $500, they would be considered as a sponsor. If somebody donated, say, $2,500, they would be considered as a silver sponsor. And all this would just basically determine the tokens of appreciation our donors would receive from YJA. So for instance, if somebody donated $1,000 to our convention, we would classify them as a bronze level sponsor and would offer them a 1/2-page advertisement in our souvenir book and a copy of the souvenir book. So we would kind of basically use this method as a way to encourage individuals, families, Jain societies, and businesses across the entire nation to contribute to our efforts. And considering how our board represents a lot of major cities out there across the United States, we were able to use that to really nationalize and personalize our approach to donors. Many of us arranged meetings with friends and family members to raise awareness about our convention and to show them what their donation would mean to us Jain youth. And we attended our Jain community's executive committee meetings to do YJ presentations and encourage Sangh-wide donations. We did in-person fundraising efforts at major holidays such as Mahir Jayanti at several temple locations. And last but not least, we sent out a lot of emails and made a lot of phone calls to basically anyone and everyone who we thought would be willing to support us, contribute to our convention efforts of any amount, such as donors from previous conventions, Jaina executive committee members, Jaina board of directors, Sangh leaders, etc. And by doing all that, by really personalizing our approach to each and every single potential donor, we were able to use fundraising not only as a means to help us fund our convention, but also help YJA develop long-term relationships with all these people, many of whom are influential Jains. So yeah, that's pretty much a bit about fundraising. Oh yeah, if you do want to see who has financially contributed to our convention, I definitely recommend checking out our convention website and go under the Contribute tab, and there you'll be able to see the list of every single person who has donated to our convention, and based on that, you can really see how fortunate we really have been as an organization to receive such a great amount of support from a lot of people out there, which at the end of the day allows us to offer reasonable deals to our attendees with regards to registration fees. Yeah, and that's pretty much about fundraising. Get pumped. Like Chinta said, everyone on this board is working tremendously hard now with 10 days left. And yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you all in LA next week. Thanks.
All right. Hey guys, I'm Simi. I'm one of the hospitality co-leads, and I'm so excited for convention. And I can't wait to see all of your bright and happy faces come through the hospitality suite for snack breaks in between sessions. We're going to be serving a lot of classic snacks like Cheez-Its and Oreos, but we've got a few new things to throw in the mix, which we're looking forward to sharing with you guys. So for the past few months, we've been busy working to put together a foolproof plan to make sure you guys don't go hungry at any point during convention. We've got snacks planned from morning till night, and we've joined forces with Social and JNF to make sure all their mixers are successful. So we look forward to sharing those things with you guys when the time comes, and I'm sure Social and JNF will be able to expand upon those when they get the chance. And then, obviously, just so you guys know, the hospitality suite will be open for all convention attendees in between their sessions and early in the mornings for those of you brave enough to wake up for yoga and sunlight. Also, just to close up, I want to give a shout out to anyone who's helped out. So my co-leads, Vishali and Umang, and then my awesome sub-co, Avni, Malaika, Prapti, and Riju. And also, shout out to the Dirty South, who are going to be performing in the talent battle. We're going to win. Yeah. All right. That's it.
Hi everyone, my name is Neelam and I am one of the JNF, J Networking Forum co-leads. Just a couple of things that we've been working on the past few months. Like Jintha said, we've been working with the daytime committee to plan all of our daytime sessions that we'll have going on. And so we're really excited about the 5 different categories, and we're so thankful to all of the speakers who are taking time out of their busy schedules to come and share their experiences with all of our attendees. Like Jintha said, also with YJA, Jane's in Action, it is a social impact challenge, and so we have 5 different teams of attendees that are all working to solve some kind of tangible social issue that's out there. And so they're really looking to kind of come up with a tangible solution with a Jane lens on it. And so throughout convention, they're going to be working together as a team and seeing, analyzing the problem and seeing what kind of solution they can come up with. And on Sunday, they will actually, the top 3 teams will be presenting their solution to the entire convention audience. So everyone will get a chance to kind of see what they've been working on. And we have a panel of expert judges that will also be judging that competition and kind of award a first place winner. And what's really neat is that the winning team will receive a grant to actually go out into the community, be agents of change, and kind of implement that solution that they've spent so much time talking about. And so it'll be really neat to see it. We're really excited about GS since it is the first year that we're doing this. So something to look forward to there. In terms of social events, we're going to have a variety of different nighttime activities. In addition, kind of working with the main social committee, but also specifically for JNF, we will have an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. mixer on that first night, on Friday night, where you'll get to meet all of the other JNF participants. Also another mixer on Saturday night called Pacific Coast Party. And so there's a lot of kind of fun activities that will be planned for both of those nights. On Sunday, we'll also have a JNF-wide community service event, so we can really kind of be agents of change and give back to our local community here in Los Angeles. And then kind of wrapping it up with our JNF formal dinner on Sunday night, a chance for us to kind of sit down, have a formal dinner, kind of dress up and kind of look snazzy and have a good time on Sunday night before we join the main formal. Quick shout out to our amazing subcommittee members, Bonita Parikh, Anand Shah, Niket Jain, Rishabh Barak, Sneha Parikh, and Karishma Shah. They've been awesome in working with Shrenik, who's my co-lead, and I throughout the last few months to kind of plan everything. So we're really excited to meet you all next week and see you guys in Los Angeles.
Hey guys, my name is Manu Jabalia. I am the co-lead for public relations. So to get you guys started, what we've been working on for the last few months, or a few weeks and months, we've been preparing a lot of things for convention and leading up to convention. We have successfully launched our Tint, which is our social media live stream We've created major PR pushes for the days leading up to convention. And we've also launched all of our videos to get you guys excited for the social events, daytime sessions, JNF events, and everything that comes in between. We also have been working on a couple of new projects that is not only a surprise to the rest of the board, but to you guys as well, which we will be releasing within the next week or so, so be excited for that. One of the things that we would like to preview you guys on is our tint. If you guys remember last convention, we had a big giant screen in the dining room that had the social media live stream. We're doing that this year, but with an upgraded version. We're including all Facebook posts as well. So any Facebook post, any Instagram post, any Twitter post that you guys have that have a certain hashtag that we will be setting up within the next couple of days and releasing to the public. If you guys post using those hashtags, then we can actually swipe to allow you to be on our social media feed, and by doing so, being featured on that big screen at the dining room. But this year, we're not only going to be having it in the dining room, we're going to be having it at various locations around convention, so be on the lookout for that. My special shout out has to go out to my co-chairs, my co-leads and my co-chairs. My co-leads, Virag and Juhi, have been on top of their game this past 3, 4, 5 months. They have gotten so much stuff done when I haven't been able to be there. They were there whenever they needed to be. And my co-chairs, Amit, Sunny, Pooja, and Akash, they have been a tremendous support to the PR campaign. They all have helped us in getting all of these things put up, in approving so many things that we have to do. Like, we have to get everything approved before we post it, and they have been on top of their form to make sure that we get it posted on the right day, on the right time, make sure everything is perfect for convention. So those are my special shout outs. They have helped us so much. And then also the fellow board members and convention committee members, they have went ham on social media making sure that this convention is the biggest that we have and the most epic that we're ever going to have. So I can't wait to see all of you guys at LA. Can't wait to see all of your posts during convention. I'll be on the lookout for that. And next up is, I'm not actually sure, so I'll wait to see.
Yeah, next up's Neelish with Reg. Neelish, you good? I think he's having some camera problems. We can come back to him. So after Neelish is going to be security. Dharmi?
Hi guys, my name is Dharmi. I'm one of the security co-leads. The other ones are Bar, Sava, and Sedgel Chatter. So we've been busy these past few months on ensuring that all attendees have a wonderful and safe experience at YJA this year. So pretty much we aren't technically hosting an event as security committee, but we have been working with everyone on board to make sure the events are, they are enjoyable for all age groups. So you'll hear more about this at convention, but just wanted to quickly remind everyone that it is a Jane convention, so we will have rules accordingly, which we will announce, the first day of convention. More importantly, we just want everyone to get rest and hydrate because we have tons of exciting events planned for you. So finally, just shout out to all those that applied to be an RA. You'll receive an email from us very shortly, and all the other committees on this year's YJ Convention Board, and we're extremely excited to see you in LA.
All right, guys. I'm Neelish with registration. Really excited to have all you guys come out to the convention. We have been working on for the past few months, my co-leads and I, Avish Jain and Poojan Solanki, with creating the website, answering all your questions. There's a decent chance that you've emailed Reg Help and gotten a response back within 5 minutes of your email. That is due to the fact that we have been trying to be on top of our games as much as we can. That's mostly Avish, to be honest with you. So we've done a lot with regards to the website, and then just trying to make the registration process as smooth as possible for all of you. We've also tried to make the session sign up. That's another thing that we worked on closely with Daytime and JNF these past few months. So hopefully you guys are all excited about the sessions that they have planned, and you hopefully got all the sessions that you were looking for. With regard anything important that we want you guys to know beforehand. Biggest thing is make sure you guys have some form of identification with you on the first day. Driver's license, passport, school ID, something, because that's going to be your way to officially register at the convention. Registration starts exactly at 1 p.m. We will provide services and accommodations prior to that if you do arrive earlier. But officially, registration starts at 1 p.m. on Friday, July 1st. That's it.
Awesome. So, hey guys, my name is Mishi. I'm a site co-lead, and my other two site co-leads are Adit Shah and Mihir Shah. So for the past few weeks and months, we've been doing a couple of things. We selected the hotel, which is a Sheraton Gateway LAX, and it's a really, really nice hotel, so get excited for that. So accordingly, we worked on the contract for the hotel. Recently, we've been working on getting the audio-visual set up for the entire convention, working on getting insurance for the convention, putting certain events in rooms, designing the room setups, and we've been doing a couple of food tastings for the menu, so that's been really exciting. Something that we'll be hosting at convention, like I mentioned, is really, really good food. We have some fancy vegan desserts and really good food from Italian, Punjabi, Mexican, American, all sorts of different kinds of foods. So really get excited for an awesome menu this year. Something to know beforehand is that Sheraton Gateway is really, really close to the hotel. There's a shuttle that goes straight there, and it's about a 5-minute ride. So it'll be a pretty smooth process once you get to the LAX airport. And just a big shout out to my other two site co-leads, Adit and Mihir, who've been really, helping the entire site team out and just doing a great job. So everyone get excited.
Awesome. I think next up is Mitesh, and he's in India right now, so it might take longer to reach him, but there we go.
Hey, so I'm Mitesh. I'm with the social committee, and basically what we've been working on for the past couple of months is the events, the social events, the fun stuff of convention, the stuff that people like. Kidding, but basically we have 4 main things, 4 main events. Our first event is Mela, Meet Every Last Agent, and that encompasses 2 things. There's kind of an icebreaker aspect of it where you're getting to know people, and then the second part of it is more of a carnival-style atmosphere where there's an open area and you can play a variety of different carnival games, a lot of stuff like that going on. Then after that, this is still on Friday, we have our talent competition, Decades of Bollywood. So our co-lead Ria Sala has been working really hard on that, and we have 5 different teams representing the 80s, 90s, the early 2000s, the late 2000s, and the 2010s. So it's going to be a really fun show, and the MCs and the judges have been working really hard behind the scenes as well to make sure everything else besides like the actual performance goes well too. On Saturday night we have our Garba, which is straight out of Gujarat, so we've been really working hard to make sure we have that Gujarati feel, decorations. Our Garba band is Lena and Benjamin, which is one of the best in the LA area, so get excited for that. It's going to be really, really fun. And our formal is Maharaja's Court, so we're bringing like the regal Indian, the traditional kind of atmosphere to this formal, think like YJA16, that kind of thing. And we've been working really hard on making decorations look and feel, so when you walk in, you feel like you're in Maharaja's Court. And our DJ is going to be DJ Umang Patel. Some of you might know him. He DJ'd at a couple of past YJA conventions. And yeah, that's kind of what we've been working on, decorations in general, to make sure that our events look and feel like you feel like you're in that place, and also working on programming, whether it's music, whether it's games, whatever it is that will keep you guys entertained. We'll make sure you guys have a good time. Just one thing to watch out for is make sure you guys check the convention dress code before you finish packing. Just make sure your outfits match up for all the events. It is a little bit different from what it was in the past in regards to formal, especially. But just make sure that you have the appropriate clothes for each event. It also goes for mela, which is informal, and formal, which you want to be wearing really heavy clothes. So just be sure to check out the dress code on the convention website so you have the clothes that you want to wear for each event. That's about it from us.
Cool. I am last but not least. Hey everybody, my name is Hitali, and I and my other thirds, Bunky Gala and Kanari Shah, we are the souvenirs team for convention this year. So souvenirs is responsible for two big things. All of the fun stuff that you take home from convention in terms of souvenir items to remember convention and have that stuff when you've left LA. And also the souvenir book, which is a program guide, talks about all of the sessions, the speakers, and also highlights a lot of our donors and sponsors and where you see some of the ads and shout outs and things like that that Sunny mentioned. So I'm in the strange position of not wanting to tell you too much about what we've done because that would ruin the surprise. So you'll see all your awesome souvenirs that you get when you check in on Friday, and we're really, really excited for you to have those and take pictures with them and post them on social media and use them when you go home, use them forever, have lots of fun with them, and tell us what you think, because we always want to make that stuff better and better every convention. One cool thing I will highlight in the souvenir book, the physical souvenir book, if you opted in for that, we are bringing the directory back. So this is something that's been done in past years. We haven't done it for a couple YJs where there's a listing of folks that are at convention by state. So if you remember meeting someone really cool and you want to be friends with them, but you don't quite remember their last name, but you remember that they're from Georgia, you might be able to find them a little easier, and we hope that it leads to many great friendships that last for a long time, just like lots of YJ friendships do. Quick shout outs to our subcommittee chairs, particularly registration and PR. We've done a lot of work together, but really all of the committees. In putting the souvenir book together, we put in a lot of content related to stuff that other committees are doing. So it's really neat to almost have that preview of everything that everyone is working on, all of the awesome sessions, social stuff, Jane's in Action, everything that all of the people on board have been working so hard on. We got to kind of get a sneak peek at when we were putting the book together, and that has been really awesome. So take lots of pictures with all your swag, and we're super excited to see you in LA.
All right, cool. And so that's all our committees. And so next up, we want you guys to ask any questions that you have. And so we can go to the first one by Anisha. Will Danya's be provided? Mita, should I answer that? I think the answer is yes. But...
Yes, they will. In fact, they're actually going to be the same dandias if you're at the 2014 convention. But yeah, you don't need to worry about bringing dandia. We'll make sure you have that.
All right, cool. And then next question, what do you mean by accommodation and service before 1 p.m.? So, I mean, there's been a bit of confusion about that and whether we'll be getting hotel rooms or not before 1 p.m. And Neelish, you want to answer that?
So we will not be getting, you guys will not be getting hotel rooms before 3 p.m. So you'll be allowed to check in and register, and you'll be we will have a baggage check area starting at 1 p.m., but we also recognize that there's going to be attendees that are going to be arriving before 1 p.m. So we will also make sure that we're working on making sure that you have an opportunity to go to the hospitality suite, grab something to eat like snacks. Simi and her team will have that provided. And then we'll have an area for baggage check, and then you will, at 3 p.m., we'll start staggering and providing you notification of when your room is available. By 6 p.m., all attendees' rooms will be available per the guideline from the hotel. Hopefully that answers that.
And just to jump in really quick, there's going to be a social event, Meet Every Last Asian, so you'll be kind of meeting other people and doing icebreaker kind of stuff in that time, so it's not like we're just going to have you sitting around waiting for them to get your room ready. Like, we'll have something for you.
Exactly.
All right, awesome. So next up, we want you guys to ask any other questions you have, and we'll keep on answering them for the next few minutes. But in the meantime, we can go through some of the sessions that we're leading, just to give you a preview of sessions that you can look out for. So I guess we can start. Anybody want to start? I'm assuming you have a cool one, Jainism and 21st.
Yeah, I can go ahead and talk about that.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a session about Jainism in the modern era, kind of from the 20th to the 21st century, kind of going over the diaspora of Jains from India into different continents like Africa, Europe, even other parts of Asia, and then eventually the United States. So it's really cool just to see how much Jainism has traveled through the past century or so. And then also we'll be touching on brief moments in recent history where Jainism has been a topic in international news. I don't want to give too much away because it'll take away from the discussion at convention. But yeah, it's going to be a good one, and I look forward to sharing that with you guys.
All right, awesome. So yeah, another one that we're doing is a gender equality session, and this is going to be between me and Neelam, and then there's going to be a second one for high schoolers. That's the other daytime and JNF colleagues are doing, Gary and Sharnik. And so Neelam, you want to talk a bit about that?
Yeah, so this session is really, it's going to be an interactive session talking about kind of the gender inequalities, stereotypes that exist, and it's more so to just kind of have an open conversation about it with everyone. It's going to be kind of one of those activities where it's a safe space and really just kind of talking about those taboo topics that oftentimes are kind of shied away from in our communities. And so same as Simi, don't want to give too much away about it, but I think it'll be a really neat session, really interactive, and really get people thinking, and ideally kind of as they leave that session and even as they leave convention can really kind of think about their own kind of practices and kind of where you stand on these different ideas. So definitely looking forward to all of the attendees that will be in this session.
All right, cool. Neelish, you want to talk a bit about your session on Aganthad? Okay, I think Neelish is muted. But
All right, sorry about that, guys. So my topic is Anak Anthvad. Oftentimes what we usually do to describe the Jain religion is we talk about vegetarianism, we talk about nonviolence, we talk about some of the other major vows that we are supposed to take as Jains, but we usually don't focus on Anak Anthvad. And my session is going to be more about kind of focusing on how Anak Anthvad can kind of help improve and foster healthy relationships with people, and kind of use that as like kind of a guide to help problem solve, approach things from a cost-benefit analysis standpoint, and just kind of really allow you to kind of think outside the box and how that that vow that we take to have multiple people and respecting multiple viewpoints and kind of utilizing that to kind of foster healthy human interactions. So not to give too much away, but that's what it is.
I think we lost Jinthav, but there is one more question here. Jackin is asking about the checkout process, how will it go and what's the plan? Nilesh, I think that's registration as well, if you want to talk a little bit about what checkout will be like.
So checkout will be, it'll be pretty standard. You are able to leave first thing, Monday, depending on when your flights are. Convention officially ends, I believe, at 11 a.m. on Monday. Checkout process will be you could go and just hand deliver your room key to the front desk. You're free to kind of head to take the shuttle, which will be provided from the hotel to the actual airport, the same shuttle that you got on to get to the hotel. Nothing too complicated. The check-in process is obviously the more complicated process. The latest you can check out from the hotel is 12 p.m. But convention officially ends by 11, so we kind of ask that you be checked out and have all your luggage and everything together. You can actually bring it down with you for closing ceremonies, and we will have that information to you. We will allow you kind of to have your luggage up there for you.
I think Jinthav is having some technical issues, but I guess if there's not any other questions from the attendees, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. You know how to get in touch with our committees, with the convention board if you have any questions. There's only 10 more days, so get excited. We're so excited to see you guys in Los Angeles. Let us know if anything else comes up, but we will see you guys very soon. Have a good night.
Yep. And if you guys have any